My feet burn through my leather boots. The summer sun scorches. It heats the pavement to what I feel must be a scalding 99 degrees. I can see a mirage down the road as sweat streams from my face. It feels like a typical June afternoon in my little neighborhood suburb in central Texas, and it's only 11 o'clock in the morning. Ollie and I hustle down the street, eager to reach the next shade of the next oak tree where his paws and my feet can find momentary peace and safety. Ollie hops up on the curb next to our little mailbox, under the neighbor's huge birch tree. I open our box with the key and I start sorting the mail. I give him a command and he conducts his business. Free. On our street, our mailbox is near the end of the street, so we were about a quarter of the way done with our walk if we're going to take the entire block. We had done this every day for the past 2 years, since he was just a puppy, and today was no different. I often joke to my sister and my parents that I'm Oliver's favorite person. After all, I'm the one who's walking him right now. I'm the one who feeds him, who waters him, lets him outside, and generally is responsible, handles, trains, and takes care of him. Oliver, or Ollie, is a huge black Labradoodle who our family adopted in 2020 to train as a service dog for my younger brother who struggles with every day with autism. His training has been as rigorous as possible. For our family circumstances, we've done everything that we can to train him. My assignments or high school senior sleep schedule often would get in the way of my care for him. Ollie, though, can be a piece of work. Every time I would feed him, I would fill up his bowl, and Chewy Louie, the hungry caterpillar dog over here, Ollie, would eat it all in literally 5 seconds. I timed him once. He only to require, after he eats, having 2 more bowls of water, half of which he would spill, the other half of which he would slobber and it would drip from his beard all over our hardwood floors. And so every time he needs a drink of water, I ended up wiping his beard. Oftentimes, he's naughty, and when I leave him unattended, if there's any food left out anywhere in the house, he will find it. Sometimes, I would find him on top of our kitchen counters, and he's huge and shouldn't be able to even climb up there. Luckily, this has been ironed out since. It was often annoying to come home from work, and after I got home, finding all of my socks in a pile on my floor. He did my laundry for me, but they're all riddled with holes, and he'd sit up, grinning, dumb as ever, with my underwear that looked about the same as all my socks. One of the ways Ollie was trained was to simulate a weighted blanket. This is very helpful for my younger brother. It's a form of therapy for him called DPT, or deep pressure therapy. It relieves stress and anxiety. Oftentimes, this looks like he'll either lay with all of his weight on AJ, my brother, or me, or whoever he's practicing on, or rest his chin with a lot of pressure in your lap, on command. Here at college, I often miss having his shadow towering under my chair, with his head in my lap. Those times made it all worth it. But as I picked through the mail, I gave him the command to follow my heel, and we crossed the street, continuing to the end. "A quarter of the block done, Ollie. A quarter of the way done with our walk," I told him. At the end of the street lives Mr. Miller. Ollie and I jauntily stroll behind his truck, which is parked in the street, minding our own business. Remember, we're in the middle of suburban central Texas. Very safe. I was always cautious at this point of the street. But today, I had a good feeling that it was an ordinary day and that we were going to have a great walk. We were having a great walk, in fact. Is what I would say, except for when we came around the truck, here out from the garage come Mr. Miller and his pit bulls. They bark and growl, snarling and tugging. Suddenly, the bigger one breaks loose, barreling at me. The other one starts dragging Mr. Miller as he's knocked over his feet. The one, viciously snarling, foams at the mouth, grasps Ollie by the shoulder, his jaws clamping down, biting down hard. I try to fight back, kicking, punching. I scream for anyone to help, for the hope of any help I could get. Maybe that one neighbor would hear me through their windows and come and help. My face is pale, and my arms are shot through with adrenaline. For the first time, I felt small, utterly helpless and indefensible as this animal rips at Ollie. As I miss a kick, I trip and fall over the dog, allowing Ollie a second to breathe and retaliate. It turns towards me. I never knew how much I loved Ollie before then. Thank you.